Welcome to NIT Trichy. Now I am going to discuss about interviews which is going to happen every job before joining, isn't it? What is the meaning of interview? A procedure designed to solicit information from a person's oral responses to oral inquiries. That is called as interviews. That is oral responses. The person may write well, but the person may not give a very opt answer while you are going for an interview. Okay? So that is the importance of interview, how the persons can communicate, how the person is spontaneous, all those things can be analyzed through this interviewing process. What is selection interview? A selection procedure designed to predict future job performance on the basis of applicants' oral responses to oral inquiries. So now we are going to see about what are the types of interviews. See, based upon the purpose of the interviews, degree of structures, degree of administrating process, degree of the content, the interview types may get varied. Based on structure, how do you define, how do you classify the interviewing types? Unstructured or non-directive type. What is the meaning of unstructured interview? You may ask number of questions. The structure is not defined. You may ask one question to one individual and another question to another individual. This is called as an unstructured types of interview. An unstructured conversational style interview. The interviewer focus points of interest as they come in response to questions can be asked. Structured and directive type. A set of sequential question will be there. The interviewer asks the question, then collect the respondent's response and they compare the answers of every respondent. Based upon that, they can classify, they can correctly select the person. What is the purpose of interviews? These kind of interviews. These are the types of interviews. One type is stress interview, appraisal interview and exit interview. Stress interview means an applicant made comfortable by the series of often rule questions. This helps in identifying the hypersensitive and those with high or low stress tolerance. We can analyze the tolerance level of the individual, how the individual can control his stress, everything analyzed here. Then appraisal interview, a discussion following a performance appraisal in which supervisor and employee discuss the employee's ratings and possible remedial actions. Okay, exit interview, while the person is coming out from the organization, while he is resigning the job, on that time you can contact the exit interview while you are resigning the job, what is the problem in that, what are all the improvements needed in that organization, all those things can be analyzed here, because the person, when he is coming out from the organization, he is not having any hesitation to reveal the information about the organization. Okay. So, the persons working there in the organization may hesitate to give some information about the organization, but the person who is coming out from the organization, he can tell the truth. So, organizational modification can be done here. Okay. Next. Situational interview and the job related interview. Based upon the situation, how the candidate, the situation maybe happened in the past organization and the situation may be given in the hands of the applicant, and the applicant can tell what is his view, how the person can solve the problem, like once the series of content may be analyzed. Okay, so a series of job related questions which focus on how the candidate would behave in a given situation can be analyzed here. So this is called the situational interview. Then job related interview, a series of job related questions which focuses on relevant past job related behavior. Okay. Next, administering the interview. Structured, sequential or serialized interview. What is meant by that? The applicant is interviewed sequentially by several persons and each rates the applicant on a standard form. And what is a panel interview? One person cannot evaluate the individual performance. So we may go for panel interviews. A group of interviewers' questions, they may post it to the applicant and the answers may be get from the applicant, and based upon the weighted average method, we can calculate the final result of the interviewing process. How can you design and conduct the effective interview? Through job analysis, evaluate the job duty information, to develop interview questions, develop and benchmark answers, appoint interview panel and implement. So common interviewing mistake is halo effect. Based upon a single performance, the persons may judged very good or very bad. That is called as halo effect. Then negative emphasis, poor knowledge of the job, pressure to hire, candidate order error, influence on non-verbal behavior, telegraphing, too much or too little talking. Some person may do too much talk, some person may too little talk, playing district attorney or psychologist. So you have to, before the interview itself, you need to plan very well. You have to establish a report. What are the sequential questions you need to ask that you may prepare. Then you have to close the interview. Then you have to review the interview. So thank you very much for watching.